Good evening, everybody. A legend is here today with us. I'm very happy to be able to share this time with Gabriel Napao Gonzaga. Not only is he an expert in BJJ, but he's over a 10-year legend with the UFC. He's also fought in bare knuckle boxing, and he's a coach and changes lives every day by teaching people BJJ, jiu-jitsu, and combat sports. So it's a real pleasure to have him in the house today. Gabriel, before we even get into like some of your career and your amazing life that you've had, the reason why I've been doing these series of interviews that I've been talking to, myself, I've had over 30 years in martial arts, and everybody usually gets into martial arts and even sports in general for different reasons. Some people get into it for competition. Some people get into it because they were sort of like hyperactive and getting into trouble as a kid, and they ended up getting into it. And some people even get into it to help them deal with traumas they've been into and different things like that. It almost becomes a spiritual thing for them. How did you originally get into martial arts? Was it for the competition, or was it to help you in some way? Or how did you originally find it?
Man, I started Brazil Jiu-Jitsu and when I was 14 years old with my coach, the time Van de Braga. Then I went with him until black belt. So I start because self-defense. Brazil is some kids, playing around, and you need to know how to defend yourself.
Were you always a big kid, so people would try you because you were always kind of a big kid too, or?
I was tall for my age, but not that tall, but and average, yeah, little taller than normal, and skinny.
Yeah. So by the time you took Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and for many years, by the time you started to compete in mixed martial arts, you were already fighting at some of the highest levels. Had you already been competing in jiu-jitsu for a while at that time?
Yeah, I started to compete since first month. I was 1 month as a kid training. My coach said, "Oh, you should try this tournament coming up." It was a yellow belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Brazilian, and I won that tournament, and I never stopped. That was in 1994. So I keep going, and I got my black belt in 1999, and I never stopped to compete. I started to do MMA maybe 2000 to practice. I started to practice a little bit, and boxing a little bit boxing, and I think my first competition was 2003 or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember first I found out about you was Mecca 9, right? It was
Yeah,
I think I saw you. I think you triangle choked Brandon Hinkle or someone like that, right? Brandon
yeah.
Hinkle. You had.
That was my second fight, I believe.
I think that guy might have passed away too by now. I think that guy Brandon Hinkle. I'm not sure, but one of those guys did pass away. I think it might have been Brandon Hinkle. Yeah, he might have died. That guy.
Yeah, I
If
don't
I'm,
know. I don't
if I
know
don't
nothing about
remember
it.
correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did that because like right from the beginning you were pretty much competing against the best heavyweights that they had to offer from the beginning of your career all the way till now. So that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
My first fight was kind of easy because my size was much bigger. But even though my opponent was Cicero Costa, one really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he won a lot of good tournaments, but really small because the guy that I was supposed to fight didn't show up, and he got the fight right on the locker room. So back then they didn't have much of weight
Wow.
division and things like that. And yeah, after that I started to uh, compete a few more fights, kind of not the hard, maybe two more fights that there wasn't against big names, and the rest was just big names.
Yeah, I mean, even for Doom, you fought at the beginning of your career. You know,
Yeah, I was
Jungle Fight or something, right? It was Jungle
yeah, I
Fight.
think was my fourth fight or my fifth fight. Yes.
Wow, and to me, it's really incredible because everybody, a lot of people know you because of what when you knocked out Crow Cop. But to me, that the most incredible part of that is that you were only in pro MMA for about 4 years. People don't realize that when you fought Crow Cop the first time,
Yeah,
right?
and
And that to me, I mean, this guy is a friggin' Croatian special officer, like literally killing people. He was a K1 champion kickboxer, had all this experience, fought in Pride, and you're fighting him only with 4 years experience in MMA.
yeah, back then they didn't have much of much experience before. The experience was in the gym, training every day hard with partners that was hard to train. I did train really well with Jorge Patino Macaco. There was his gym there. Then we are used to do a lot of MMA training there.
Oh, you
And
were with Shoot Box? You were Shoot the Box at one time with like the gold team, or before that?
I did a good team, yes, with Macaco. And we did a visit for 2 months straight. I was on the shoot box. I did this sleeping, eat, and on the gym for a few weeks just for intense training because the time was Vanderlei Silva and Shogun and Murilo Ninja and a lot of guys sparring training.
Oswario
And I
Silva, all them guys, right? Oswario Silva, I think, was
yeah,
there. Yeah, Daniel Casio.
Daniel Acasa, yeah, I trained for him a lot as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, were you training like? Because this guy, I mean, with Mirko, for people that are gonna hear this out there, Mirko Krokop was known for telling people, I mean, the right kick will put you in the hospital, left kick will put you in the cemetery. And then, I mean, that's the most ironic, give somebody a taste of their own medicine moment, I think, in MMA history, is when you head kicked Crow Cop. Were you training? Like when you found out about Crow Cop, most people thought if you would win that fight, of course, it would be by submission, most likely. That's what most people would think, you know? So were you training for specifically head kicks and stuff like that before that fight?
Not yes and no. Not specifically for kicking him, but
Like it
always
wasn't
I
a
did.
strategy. Like it wasn't like a strategy you were doing. Yeah.
You know, the training, the stand up training, I always had some a lot of boxing and a little bit Muay Thai, but people don't always remember the knockout, but the whole fight was grappling and
Yeah.
boxing. I did kick him maybe 2 times, 3 times, but my boxing was winning the fight, and the grappling,
Yep.
I put him down and control him and ground and pound for a while. And I noticed some elbows was hurting him, and I knew it was close to the end of the round, so I tried the kick as hard as I could to try to hurt his arm, and he thought was a rib kick, and he lowered the arm to block the kick and connect
Wow.
in the head.
Incredible. That was an incredible moment, man. I was screaming when I saw you when I saw you do, that was really amazing, incredible moment. So yeah, to me the most incredible part of it was how little like you didn't have that kind of experience like in it. Like you've only before like you were only fighting professional MMA for like 4 years at that moment. You know, for you to be in there and to knock out Crow Cop in that sort of way, I mean that was truly incredible. I think it even might have catapulted you farther than probably you should have been, maybe even cultivated and groomed more before you even fought for a title. You know, before that, you know, it's kind
I
of like you
believe,
got thrown
yeah,
to the wolves after that even more.
yeah, I believe that was a bad and good thing at the same time. Bad because you didn't have much time to grow my experience,
Exactly.
but this at the same time it was a way to put me in on the big group as really fast. So have the good side of this on this as well. I cannot complain.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I understand. I understand. No, it's amazing. Would you think that was one of your favorite moments of your career?
yeah, of course. Everybody talk about that until today. That was in 2007. So until I still walk in the streets and people say, "Oh, that was a great kick." Yeah, part of a moment on my life then changed everything. And after the fight, I really became a pro fighter. Before I was fighting and teaching in kind of didn't know much how much I was going to make my money. But after that, I started to focus on MMA career.
Yeah. 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 That catapulted certain moments, I guess, can catapult somebody, and that was definitely one of them. Who do you feel like was the best martial artist that you've ever trained with and or been around in your life?
So many names. Everybody is a good martial arts, but definitely Rain Couture is a legend. Then I have the opportunity to fight with him, and of course my coach and the coach of my coach, Jorge Pereira, is another legend of MMA. Before become a MMA, it was more vale tudo, no rules bar, like no gloves and go there and everything was allowed. And he was a fighter for this time, so I grew up seeing these guys training on the gym. So uh, make me comfortable with that. So and after that I visit Anderson Silva, Vanderlei Silva, and I could have experience to be part of a lot of good guys, a lot of good fighters there.
Yeah, that's what actually got me into Vale Tudo and combat sports and MMA was watching first like Macaco and Pele and
Yeah,
the IVC and all those old Vale Tudo fights because I had done Muay Thai for a while, and then when I first saw like the Vale Tudo in Brazil, that's when I first like really got sold on it, and I've always been a big Shoot the Box fan. All those guys. I started interviewing a lot of that. I interviewed Luis Azeredo, um, Jadson Costa, and Pele, and a few of those other guys
yeah.
too as well.
When I was there, I was the training camp. I was training a lot with Luis Azeredo, so it's a really nice train.
Yeah, while he was sparring with you, and he's like half your size.
Yeah. It's part, of course, like sparring, like learning how to spar.
Yeah.
But he was already stand up guy, and he knocked me out with a belly shot once. It's not
Wow.
that wasn't a easy sparring just because he was small. He was much faster, and the game is just I we don't go 100%,
Yeah.
but don't go light as well. So
You guys, I mean, that's a legendary practices, you guys, and people don't really train like that anymore too much. I mean, things have changed a lot, I think, over the years. But you guys used to go full force. That's crazy. You know what? He has that unpredictability, Louise. Like he knows, like I don't know where it comes with switch knees
yeah, he
and
likes to
yeah,
play around. He likes a lot of
the Joker.
yeah, jump around and do crazy
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Who do you think is one of the best heavyweight jujitsus of all time? Because there's a lot of guys who were good ground fighters. Like Jeff Monson even was a great ground fighter, and even Emelianenko's
On the,
are
but on the ground, you say in on
on the
the
ground
MMA,
only. Yeah,
on the MMA or on the grappling side?
the heavyweights for on the ground. for in the grappling?
I believe one of the best is Verdun with his someone else calling.
I always thought
I believe,
it was you and Verdum. You and Verdum were some of the best grapplers and heavyweights.
yeah, I believe Verdun is definitely by his numbers is one of the best. He tapped so many good fighters there. He just he wasn't just bad fighters that he tapped out. He tapped out big names like Fedor
Yeah,
and guys like so. He to apply on the MMA, apply the ground game in the MMA. He is one of the best as a heavyweight. Yeah.
yeah. How about all around with heavyweights in combat sports? Like everybody's saying, like Francis Ngannou is the best heavyweight right now of all time. And I was talking about it the other day with Ensign Inoue. He used to fight in Pride, and I was saying, well, I don't really agree because I really think like if you put like Francis Ngannou against you back in right now, even you or Alexander Emelianenko or somebody like that, I don't know how he would do because on the ground I don't think he can beat you, and standing up I don't think so either. So
Yeah, he's really powerful guy. He's a powerful guy. Then one punch can change the way the fight's going. But as a ground game, he's still developing. Like you said about me, he's the same. He don't have much experience yet, so he's still growing, he's still learning. But definitely right now, he don't have a ground game to be one of the best in the world. He have the power and the knockout power off, but I don't think all around he's the best. He's had good fights and fought good fighters and won. So part of that is lucky. Part of that is well work that he put on. So it's not everything so simple to answer like that. I think, it's a good fighter, but uh, definitely even other fights like Verdun or myself or Frank Mir or some fighters that have ground
yeah,
game
yeah, Frank
would
Mir,
give
that's
him
right, it's another one. Even Nogueira,
would,
you know.
Nogueira, yeah,
Yeah,
would give him a hard time on the ground. Yes.
yeah, even if you put him against Nogueira in Nogueira's prime, I think he would have a very hard time, very
Yeah.
hard time. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So I agreed the bare knuckle was a good move for you. That Are you gonna continue doing bare knuckle, or was that like a one fight deal?
Uh, the owner of the bare knuckle didn't do what he said he would do for me. He first invited me to fight over there, and was a shady agreement. I got the agreement, and he just but on the agreement didn't have what he said by mouth. Like if I won the fight, he would give me the title shot, and he wanted me to fight so bad. I think he was expecting me to lose because Bigfoot Silva is from Florida, and Bernacle is Florida, so he was hoping to sell a lot of tickets.
Wait, so part of getting you to agree to the fight was him saying if you win, you'll get the heavyweight title shot?
Yes,
Wow.
but just by mouth, not in the paper.
Yeah.
So and after that, I won, and they never contacted me anymore. I believe that they are expecting me to lose, it, and I didn't. So
No, that was
uh,
amazing. That was a
you can
great
see
fight.
by you can see by the time that I'm getting the the victory. He's behind me, and he don't look happy. He look
Wow.
really uncomfortable
I knew
with my.
That's great. I knew you were going to win that fight. I mean, I hope he wasn't going by because you lost to Alexander Emelianenko. Alexander Emelianenko is one of the best fighters in the world. So I hope he wasn't going, and that was an MMA. So I kind of knew you were going to beat Silva. I don't know. I don't know how he was counting you out for that. Crazy.
Yeah. No, Silva has the last fight he don't have good results, but Silva have a really good results. He won Overeem. He won.
Oh yeah. Back in the
Yeah.
day, but
So he
I didn't
won.
think he was
I
ready for
think.
you. I think he was
Yeah.
done for his career by then. That's what I felt like. You know, oh yeah, he was a savage, man. I remember him back in Elite XC knocking people out and you know all the way. Yeah, for sure, he's a savage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So wasn't much certainty what was going to happen. They at the time they said the weight would be 265 like UFC. I cut a couple pounds just because I was a little bit over.
yeah.
And when I arrived there, oh no, it's not like UFC, it's open weight. Bigfoot weight more than 280.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
it was kind of
ridiculous.
a shady negotiation. He thought he told me I would make a lot of money with the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view wasn't like cheap money, like change. So yeah, no, it's not a company that look like it on the social media. The social media they looking really good, but on the fights there didn't have a good attention, didn't have a good a locker room, didn't have much of like behind the scenes. It's not pretty.
Yeah. I don't know. So some people are saying they're making all this kind of money with BKFC now and stuff. Are you? I mean, are you friends with? Are you friends with Antonio Bigfoot Silva? Did you ask him what was going on on his end at all?
No, I'm not his friend, but I'm not. I don't have not. I'm friendly that if I see him in the streets, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk with each other. But normally we don't have a conversation, so I wouldn't call him just to ask nothing like that.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, that's crazy. So that would have been. I was always wondering if you were gonna do more BKFC because I was wondering about that. You know, I
If
would have.
if they contact me with the money, then they told me they would pay. They paid them for the first fight. I would fight again. I think that's they are just selling. They are paying a lot of money, but I don't think they are paying nothing. I
Yeah,
think few guys make a little money here and there, but no, the majority is making change, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe they promised because I just read the like yesterday or the day before. Chad Mendez was saying he's gonna make $600,000 for his fight in the BKFC because he was
yeah.
saying that he was making just as much as Francis Ngannou was making. I was like, wow, how are these guys paying somebody like that much? How can they afford that? I don't understand how they can.
I don't believe that's true because the pay per view is not in the same amount of pay per view. Maybe they grew up a little bit, but not even close like UFC yet. And $600,000 is a lot of money for one fighter. For
Yeah,
one, but and that's why I don't believe it. And they say they can say that, but doesn't mean it's gonna be true.
that's true.
Florida, I don't think is a mandatory release the purse of the athlete, but I think Las Vegas it is. So I don't know.
Yeah. How did you leave off with the UFC? Because I think you won. Did you win your last fight with the UFC?
No, I lost
Oh, you did.
for Derek Lewis.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you had one for some reason. I thought you had one and then left or
Yeah,
something.
I won one before of that,
Yeah.
and then I fought with Derek Lewis and I lost.
Oh, that's right, Derek Lewis. That's right. I forgot all about that. Wow, you really did fight the best of the best every time. Are you still competing in jiu-jitsu once in a while?
Yeah, I just compete compete last month. Small, not that small event here there, but was a grappling event, reality fighting. The reality fighting do MMA as well. I did compete in reality fighting, and I got the belt in 2010. I don't know. One time there, I went out of the UFC by 8 months, and I went there and won the fight, and then I come back to UFC.
Wow. I would like to see you in some of those grappling tournaments, like even the Chael Sonnen puts on, or some of those guys that put on those like submission grappling tournaments, or maybe
Yeah,
like
I did some submission on the ground. I won my fights. I just lost to Gordon Ryan on the grappling match.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, but yeah, I did won like 3 uh, events there. I won
What was it like rolling with Gordon Ryan? What was that like?
different rule set, so I wasn't ready for the rules, so was kind of fast because of
Was it
that.
like a absolute or something like that, or like an
Yeah,
absolute?
I was maybe 20 pounds heavier than him. Yeah, but he did apply a good sweep. Then I didn't want to go give the back to him as a reflex, MMA reflex. Then I end up uh, falling with my leg on his leg. So that's his specialty.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So you actually are the founder of we're the founder of Team Link in Massachusetts, who is now is a huge. They have a lot of different schools associated with them, and now you also have your new school. You're not associated with Team Link anymore, right? But you had founded them
Yeah,
originally.
I founded them with a partner. Then he came brought me from Brazil, and but after I retired from UFC, I was trying to implement some ideas on the team, and he didn't like the ideas and kind of didn't let me uh, spread my ideas on my own team. And then I said, okay, so I'm gonna
That's a
get
shame.
my own team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a shame. That's a shame. But I mean, I can't imagine how many lives you must have changed teaching all these years. How many people must come up to you and say, you changed my life by teaching me this. I mean, it really is sort of like a spiritual thing. I always say when someone learns a martial art from somebody, it changes who they are. Whether or either, even if you're not competing, like just stepping in with your coach, it's like a humbling thing and an amazing thing. Do you think that that's more satisfying from you than the competing part is the teaching part?
Yeah, definitely. Since 1999, I teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu daily. I never stopped. I was 10 years on UFC, but I never stopped to teach. I always had my school. I always have my students, so I never stopped to teach. Teach is my love. I really enjoy the fact of pass on. I Van der Braga taught me a lot with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and definitely changed my life on that. So I did change the life of many students, giving opportunity for people who didn't have money to pay. Like at the time, I didn't have money to pay. Van der Braga taught me for free. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, since like third month, I told him I didn't have any money to keep going. Not that I was poor, but I was a teenager, and my parents didn't have the money to keep paying this extra fee, right?
Yeah.
This extra. But then he said, "Okay, keep coming. If you compete, you represent the team. I'm not gonna charge you." So I did train with him for free, and I represent. That's why I'm really glad that grateful for him, and
Wow.
glad that he did that, because definitely changed my life as an opportunity to my life, give me a career, motive to wake up in the morning and do something. And I did the same with few students as well. I have some students then they stopped to pay me as a blue belt and
Yeah.
keep training me for until black belt. And they have their own school, they have their own things in Brazil. So I have
You know what's interesting? Maybe you would have never competed if he never did that for you, because like I think maybe it might have even motivated you, like you wanted to compete for him, you wanted to do good for him, you wanted to represent for him. You know,
that
maybe.
definitely
Wow.
the desire to represent because I was receiving something that I would I have the desire to give something back.
Yeah.
So completely definitely was a big factor on my life and career.
Man, have you ever thought about writing a book about your life, or how, or somebody, if you never, I don't know if you have already, but that's really an amazing life journey that you had, and it would help so
Yeah,
many people, especially coming from Brazil. You know, people in America, people think that if they've seen ghettos like in the Bronx over here, but you don't see a ghetto till you actually go to somewhere like Brazil, and they don't even have running water and things like that. So I think it would
yeah,
really help a lot of people from Brazil to hear your story, even people that don't even know who you are, you know?
yeah. I thought about, but it's kind of I don't know if people want to really hear that.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but it's I don't think you realize how many people that you motivate and by inspire by the things that you've done, and what you continue to do. And yeah, you change lives by teaching people a martial art or a combat sport, not just by competing. It's just a life change. It's a humbling thing. There's nothing more humbling than when another man can strangle you.
Yeah,
You know, for real. And then when
definitely
it,
Brazil Jiu-Jitsu put you on your place. You
yeah,
understand that always gonna have someone that better than you, and always gonna have someone worse than you. So if you help the guys under you, the guys on top of you help you, everybody help each other. It's a really good way of learning how the society should work.
yeah, you approach life differently afterwards. It sort of like humbles you as a person. You know what I'm saying? It makes you treat other people differently usually as well, and you appreciate people differently. It's a really amazing thing. I want to thank you for everything that you've always done, for all of us, the competing and the teaching and all of there. And Square Jiu-Jitsu here is in you're still in Massachusetts. Is it in Worcester or near Worcester?
Yeah, Worcester, Massachusetts, 333 Shrewsbury Street. Uh, yeah, actually, I need to go there in a few minutes to teach my class.
Cool. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And you've inspired me for many, many years. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be talking with you, buddy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
See you.
Bye bye.